I just seen the fresh and fit pregnancy drama. It's kind of ironic because my last video that I did, right, and I was criticizing the hypocrisy of red pill content creators. And I made a point that fresh and fit are probably the worst for this. I think I dropped that video like a day after the pregnancy thing happened. I didn't know, I didn't realize until people started commenting. And I went and checked it out a little bit. I couldn't watch too much of it, but I watched a little bit. I just, man, it's like I was saying, man. If your lifestyle is not congruent with what you're preaching, I mean, regardless on that, listen, if you're going down that route, you're just going to get caught out. You're going to get caught out. If you're going to lead in that way, if that's your lifestyle, that's what you build your lifestyle around, you're going to probably get caught. You're going to get in some trouble, that's a messy situation there, but I'm not really want to talk about that too much. It's more, this just sums up the general state of men's self-improvement, manosphere. It's on its knees. It's in the pits. People are fed up. Look at the top creators now. Look at the top guys of the industry, right? Your Hamzas, your Tates. Look at their views lately. You look into their comments, they're coming under a lot of criticism. Just over a year ago, I sort of had enough with the space. I was disillusioned with it. I hate it where it went. It went mainstream because of Tate, and I didn't like that. It just became polluted, and it's just a mess, man. It's just a mess, and the biggest reason it's a mess is because it was being led. People were leading these leaders of the industry. Their message was orientated around the wrong things. You know, the biggest, for hundreds of years, thousands of years, the best spiritual, religious, philosophical teachings of the last few years is that you just can't lead or orientate yourself around the materialistic, right? To leading too much with your sexual desires, with your ego, and so forth. Like how these people haven't learned the lessons there. This is meant to be self-improvement, self-actualization, the art of getting better as a human being, and the spiritual side is completely disregarded. It's all about the facade. It's all about the ego. It's all about portraying to the world, putting on a mask, becoming a character, and they sell it to you as the red pill, like the truth, and it's far from it, man. It's far from it. And I'm not saying money's not important. I'm not saying being attractive to the opposite sex is not important and so on. These are important things. I understand the utility of that. But when you're leading so many people, so many men, and you want them to improve, you want them to better their lives, leading with these superficial, shallow things is always going to lead to a dead end. Or you're going to end up in trouble. Some shit's going to go down. And you're seeing that with these top guys. And the industry is shifting. It's shifting in a big way. You know, my video with Hamza, it blew up for a reason. Right? I got lucky. Obviously, I got massively lucky there with that video. But it tapped into something. I knew it was tapping into something. I've been feeling that way for a long time. And the feeling is, the space is not authentic. It isn't coming from a good place. It's coming from a place of ego, of shallowness, and so on. It's coming from a place of people lacking something up here, lacking something in the heart and the soul, and they're trying to compensate for it. And there's been a big shift. What's really positive now is like the masses, the followers here. A lot of them are craving this authenticity. Yeah, I tapped into something. People were getting fed up of that. People were getting fed up of the hypocrisy of the people that they were following, so on. But it also kicked off because I just picked up the phone, man, like I'm doing here, and just talk off the dome, talk from the heart, talk from the soul, talk from experience, living what I'm talking about, being authentic, being real, not trying to put on some mask and tell you some bullshit story so it keeps you hooked in. This is what people are craving. It's like the Sam Sulik effect, right, in a way. People are just loving this idea of people just getting on and just being themselves with it. And there's a big shift here. And I think people want to see that authenticity, and they want to see people walk the walk, talk the talk. Their message aligns with their life. Because a lot of these guys, they're hypocrites, man. Or they go back, or they flip-flop, or they lie. So much of this, so many of these content creators, so much of these big people who have amassed big followings are built on a house of cards on top of lies, and just the slightest breeze is blown over. And that's what's happening, man. That's what's happening with these people. And I can see the energy shift in it, in the community. You don't have to feel it, you can see it. Look on these big channels. Views are down, criticism is up, and so forth. And it fills me with some positivity. I'm very, very intrigued to see how that industry goes right now. Where it ends up, who ends up coming out of it as the leaders, let's say. I don't know, some people have said that I might end up as it. I'm not trying to end up as that. I don't know if I'm capable of that or whatever. I don't know if I even want that. That's a huge responsibility. But I'm just trying to cut a little slice for myself, a little quorum for myself that anyone will listen and respect. And it's not about leaders. It's not about leaders. It's about taking information, taking them from all the information, not putting anyone up on a pedestal. It's about taking all the information that you can and apply it to yourself. Take what is necessary, disregard what is not, and make what is truly yours, right? The Bruce Lee comment. And what should sit at the heart of it isn't, like I said, this chase for materialism, isn't this chase for women and sex and all this stuff. It's figuring out who you are. It's understanding what makes you you and what you really want to do with your life. And living a good life, being happy, being content. Figuring out that way, not trying to put on no fake persona that you end up just being like everyone else within an industry. Not trying to be someone you're not. Just take everything you can and apply it to the life that you want to apply it to. And so it can help you on your journey of this self-discovery, you know? It's peeling back the layers. Peeling back layers, adding layers, peeling them back. And I see this shift happening, and it actually fills me with a lot of positivity where this industry goes. And maybe it won't go anywhere. Maybe it's just a little phase of criticism and a slight shift, and maybe people move out of it. Maybe that's what you have to do. And that's what I felt. I just went through a little phase through this industry. I'm out of it. Going out the other side, I'm looking more into the spirit, you know, the psychology of things, getting deep. And it's funny because that tends to be where a lot of like previous mentors of the industry end up going. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens anyway. What do you think, guys? You feel that shift? You see it? Let me know in the comments. I'll reply back to you.